All right, let's talk about how do we add admins to our event so we can have other admins and workers inside of the event. Okay, so I want to scroll down, and on the dashboard, I've got my users tab here. So I can click on that users button, and when I go here, I'm on my admins tab, so I can add an admin. All right, so I'm going to add the admin, and when I do it, I have choices. I can do an existing user account, I can do an unknown account, which will allow me to put in an email address, or I can use a passcode. Okay. The passcodes are more for API based stuff or for our workers in general. But what I'm going to do first, I'm going to do an existing user. Okay. So as an existing user account, I can find someone in the system like Jennifer Ratliff, and I can add her to the event as an admin. I can also go back in. I can add an unknown user and do something like their email address. And when I do that, it will send them an invite to that email address. And then once they create their account using that email address, it will link them automatically to the event and let them become an admin. Okay. And so you'll see that because there'll be a last login will show up when they log in, as well as the user field will start to get filled out once someone has replied at that info@USA bracketing email address or whatever email it may be. So that's how you add your admins. Now, from a worker's perspective, I can go in the same spot and I can go up to my workers tab. And here's where I would add my live workers, or I would add people that could do general work, like with brackets or weigh-ins or any of the stuff that I wanted to work on. So I can add a worker. And if I was adding a worker for my live scorer, I would add a passcode and we just call it live scorer. And then I can say whatever I want this to be. So I'm going to just say worker for now. We'll just say that for the passcode. And then from here, I can select what permissions I'm going to give it. So we want to give this guy live scoring permissions and probably match chat permissions as well. Okay. I could also have the ability to come in and say, hey, I want to add someone. So I'm going to add an existing user and I want to give it to, we'll say Corey Newby. And I can add Corey in. And when I add Corey, I can give her permissions like, hey, she has permissions to the bout boards so that she can go around the venue and launch my bout boards for me. Okay, so I can add workers, I can add admins that have all the rights to them. So that's how I'd add admins and workers to my tournament to help me manage and do whatever I need to within my tournament.